Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. Today we're going to be doing what if Naruto was an Uchiha. Now I apologize for not uploading for a really while because I just wanted to take a break from doing YouTube because I've been doing a lot of schoolwork and I just recently got on an AAU team for my basketball. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, without further ado, let's get started. And also, just a quick note, I'm redoing the What If Naruto Was an Uchiha series again. I feel like I just messed up on the series. So yeah, and anyways, without further ado, let's actually get into this video. We see a young boy in the streets of Konoha with black hair, 3 whisker marks on his cheeks, with black eyes. This is Naruto Uzumaki, or Naruto Uchiha. Today is Naruto's first day to the academy. Naruto would be excited. He was thinking that this is his chance of becoming Hokage and proving himself to the village that he is a reliable person and not a nobody. Naruto would go to the academy and go to his class and introduce himself to the class. Everyone would have disgusted looks on his face, except people who didn't care about him or people who were just chill. Naruto was pretty sad that no one really paid attention to him other than negative attention. Naruto would sit down at a seat. Iruka would explain that today is the first day of the academy. He will be telling everyone in the class rules and what they will be doing today. Iruka would say, today we will be testing out how good you guys are at this age so far, so we can know what are your weaknesses and what you need to practice on. Iruka would tell them to line up near the door, and then they would go to the academy training grounds. Iruka would show them a row of targets pinned on a tree, and he would give everyone 10 shurikens. Iruka would say, we'll be using these shurikens to practice on your aim with shuriken and practicing with ninja skills. And after this, some of you guys will like the next thing we'll be doing. Naruto would say, what is it? What is it? Iruka then would say, well, that will be a surprise after this. Naruto would be just angry, and he would want to know what was the next thing. Then it would be Sasuke's turn. Sasuke would throw all of the shuriken, and they would all hit targets. All right. What? Naruto would be shocked, and he can't comprehend that Sasuke did that well. Naruto then would say, alright, I'm going to beat that. Believe it. Then it would be Naruto's turn. Naruto would throw all the shuriken, and he would completely miss every single target. Everyone in the class would be laughing at Naruto. Sasuke wouldn't really care at all. And then Yuriko then would say, you can try next time, Naruto. Naruto would have a pissed look on his face. And then Yuriko would tell them that we're going to be doing for the next session will be spars. Naruto will have a bright look on his face, and in his mind he would be thinking that this is definitely the perfect chance of proving himself. They would begin doing this. A couple of people will go before Naruto, and then it would be Naruto and Sasuke's turn to fight. They would fight each other. Iroh then would say 3, 2, 1. But then Naruto tried to punch Sasuke even before Iruka said go. Sasuke would actually dodge Naruto's punch and trip him. People in the class would be laughing at Naruto, other than, of course, Hinata. Then Naruto would be angry, and then he would be punching the ground. And then Iruka would say, come on, Naruto, get up. The spar hasn't started yet. You can do better in the spar. And Naruto then would be thinking, yeah, this is my chance. I'm not gonna ruin it. Believe it. Then Iruka would say, alright, Naruto, don't try to attack Sasuke before I even say go again, alright? Then Naruto would say, fine. Then Iruka would say, go. Naruto would try to send a punch at Sasuke. Sasuke would dodge and then kick Naruto in the gut. Naruto will fall on the ground, but then Naruto will slowly get back up. People will be chanting, Sasuke, you got this. And no one was really cheering for Naruto at all, other than, of course, Hinata. Then Naruto would get up, and Naruto would be pissed off, and he was irritated that Sasuke got a kick on him. Then Naruto would say, I'm gonna get you. Naruto would run at Sasuke as fast as he can and try to send a punch at Sasuke. But then Sasuke would poof, and then Naruto's hand would hit a tree, and then Naruto's wrist would start hurting a lot. And then people in the class would be laughing at Naruto. Naruto would have an irritated face, and he would be feeling a lot of pain. Sasuke would just have a smirk on his face. And then Naruto would just get up. And then Naruto would say, alright, I'm gonna get you now. Believe it. And then Sasuke would say, just give up. You're no match for me and Uchiha. Then Naruto would say, I don't care, whatever, Uchiha, whatever, I don't care. I'm gonna beat you here and right now. Naruto then would decide to try to punch Sasuke. But then Sasuke would just try to end this already. And then he would catch Naruto's fist. He would pull Naruto towards him. He would tie his arm or choke Naruto with his arm and then hit him down to the ground. And then he would be squeezing it. And then Iruka would say, alright, Sasuke, that's enough. Then Sasuke would get off of him. And then Sasuke would be declared the winner. People in the class would be cheering for Sasuke. Naruto would have an irritated face. And he was having a lot of anger towards Sasuke. And people were booing Naruto and calling him a nobody and saying that he'll never ever be useful. Naruto would hear all this, and Naruto would unlock his one Tomoe Sharingan. Then Naruto would be crying as well, but then he would wipe the tears away. And then Naruto would get up with his eyes red with a Tomoe in it. Sasuke would be shocked. Iruka would also be shocked. People in the class didn't know what was going on. Sasuke would then say, "What? Is that the Sharingan?" And then Naruto would say, "What is a Sharingan, punk?" And then Naruto's eyes would blink, and then the Sharingan would go away. And then Sasuke would say, "Oh, he doesn't have the Sharingan. I think I was just seeing things." Sasuke would think in his head. Then Naruto would say, "The match isn't over yet, Iruka-sensei. I can still fight." And then Iruka then would say, "Naruto, just give up. The fight already ended." Then Iruka then would say, "Okay, both of you guys, do the unison sign right here and now to end it." And then Naruto would say, "Why? Why do we have to do that stupid thing that we did in the beginning of the match? Haven't we already done it?" And then Iruka would say, "Just do the unison sign. It's a tradition in the Hidden Leaf." And then Naruto would try to pretend of doing it, but then he would grab Sasuke's shirt, and Sasuke would also grab Naruto's shirt. And then Sasuke would say, "What do you want, dope?" And then Naruto would say, "I'm not a dope. I will beat you. And from now on, you are my rival." And then Sasuke would have a smirk on his face. And then he would say that there's no way you can be my rival. You are a nobody. You can never defeat an Uchiha. Naruto would have an irritated look on his face, and he would be angry at Sasuke. But then Iruka would just break them up. And now, let's take a 1 week time skip. Naruto really wants to surpass Sasuke. Sasuke is always beating him in every subject, and he's even last in every subject. He wants to keep up with everyone in his class. And Naruto decides that he would try to train. Naruto would be going around the village trying to look for a training spot. But then Naruto would realize that he doesn't even have any training equipment or a kunai or shuriken. So then he would go to the nearest store that sells ninja materials. And then Naruto would say, "Hey, can I buy 10 shurikens?" And then the person who's the owner of the shop or selling the stuff would say to Naruto, "No way, I'll never give anything to someone like you. Get out of here now." And then he would close the door onto Naruto. Then Naruto would have a sad look on his face. His Sharingan would activate again, but not to a 2 Tomoe Sharingan, just still at a 1 Tomoe. And Naruto would get punched in the face. And then Naruto would see that there were people trying to kill Naruto. This would be just 3 genin trying to kill Naruto and trying to end the 9 tails. And I'm just gonna say that 3 genin knew that Naruto was the 9 tails Jinchuriki. The genin would say, "It's over, demon. We will kill you here and now." Naruto was terrified. And then they would send a shuriken at Naruto, but not throwing it, just trying to stab him with it. I know, stabbing with a shuriken and not a kunai is a little bit weird, but who cares? But then Naruto would suddenly know that time was slowing down a little bit. He was able to dodge the shuriken, and then Naruto would kick the genin in the stomach. But then another genin with a kunai tried to stab Naruto. Naruto was able to dodge this also, and then he would trip the genin with the kunai. And then one of the genin were pretty shocked that Naruto was able to do that. Then they would try to send a really fast and powerful punch, well, for a genin, at Naruto. Naruto was able to dodge it. Naruto would jump on one of the genin's back and then would choke them with his arm, and then the genin would fall to the ground along with Naruto. But then Naruto would say that he has made a huge mistake, and he would see the other two genin having a kunai trying to stab Naruto. But then Naruto was able to grab their hand and then kick them both in the face, and then Naruto would jump and run. Naruto was so scared that he unlocked a 2 Tomoe Sharingan. And Naruto would just be hiding everywhere and trying to not get in trouble. Naruto would go to the Hokage office trying to tell Hiruzen that someone was trying to kill him. But then Hiruzen would notice that Naruto has a 2 Tomoe Sharingan. Hiruzen knows that Naruto is an Uchiha because, of course, Minato was and stuff, so yeah. And also, he began to notice that Naruto's eyes had become a lot more, lighter, light blue. And yes, even though it wouldn't make any sense of Naruto's eyes being slightly blue, but I'm just gonna make it happen because just why not, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, because he is kind of like the child of prophecy, and the child of prophecy, I think, was supposed to have blue eyes, so yeah. But then Naruto would tell Hiruzen that 3 genin were trying to attack him, and then he was able to fight them, and he was able to run away. And then Hiruzen would say, "How could you fight them? You are just someone in the academy. Tell me more." Naruto then would tell Hiruzen every single detail of that experience. Hiruzen would think that Naruto has unlocked his Sharingan. Hiruzen would be really surprised, and he would want to keep this a secret as well. And only Hiruzen knows about this for right now. Hiruzen would tell Naruto that since you were looking for ninja equipment, he would give Naruto a couple of shuriken and kunai. Naruto would be really happy. And then Hiruzen would tell Naruto the nearest training ground. Naruto would have a smirk on his face, and then he would say, "Bye, old man." And then Hiruzen kind of get irritated, and he didn't like what Naruto was saying about him, calling him an old man, like Kushina and stuff, so yeah. And then Naruto would go to the training ground, and he would practice on throwing shuriken and kunai. And also, by the way, hold on, let me check how long, I don't even know how to check how long you've been recording anymore. How do you even do it? Hold on. Oh, so I've been recording for, okay, sorry about that, sorry, okay. So, then we're going to take time skip to when the Uchiha massacre just happened. Naruto would see Sasuke fainted on the ground Naruto was jumping on houses during this time on the night, trying to explore the village for new training grounds and stuff so he can learn more. And also, by the way, Naruto hasn't been showing his skill so far, but he decided when they were doing the spars and stuff, again, he will show his true skill that he has now. Then he would see Itachi and Sasuke. Itachi would notice that someone is here. And then Naruto then would see Sasuke crying. And then Itachi would go for Naruto. Go to Sasuke. Naruto was scared for Sasuke. This would make Naruto activate a two-Tomoe Sharingan. Naruto would run at Itachi, and he would try to punch Itachi. But then Itachi noticed this, and he didn't think that someone would do this. And then someone would, find out that he was doing the Uchiha massacre. So Itachi would catch the punch, and then he would look into Naruto's eyes with two Tomoe Sharingans, and Naruto would place a genjutsu, on to Itachi. And Itachi then would think, oh, I left another person. He would use a kunai, and he would slit Naruto's throat clean off. But then it was a genjutsu. And then Naruto would tie Itachi up with a rope. And then Naruto would get Itachi out of the genjutsu. Naruto's trap would have kunai and shuriken in front of Itachi, and that if Itachi destroyed the ropes, those shuriken and kunai would completely hit, slice through and, impale, Itachi. Itachi was pretty surprised that someone was able to do this to him. Naruto then would appear in front of Itachi. He would tell him that if he would just break through these ropes, he would, die. But then he would look into Itachi's eyes, and then Itachi would activate his Sharingan, and he would put Naruto under a genjutsu. Now, Naruto doesn't know how to break through a genjutsu, so yeah. So Naruto is basically just useless at this point. But then Itachi would then get out of the ropes without ripping through them at all. So then Itachi was pretty surprised that a little kid was able to do this, but it wasn't really that good. But it was really good for this kid's age. Then he would get out his kunai, and before he would stab him, he would notice that Naruto had 3 whisker marks on his face, and then he would notice that Naruto is the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki. So then he would leave Naruto there. Sasuke wouldn't know where was, Naruto or Itachi. He actually didn't even know who did that to his brother. And then when Naruto left with Itachi, Sasuke was there with just Anbu when Naruto just left, and Sasuke was retrieved to a hospital and stuff. So yeah. Then Naruto would be just left there, and then Naruto would just wake up from the genjutsu from Itachi just letting him, when Itachi just left left Konoha. And Naruto then would say, well, wait, where's that man? And then Naruto would be looking for him in the village, but he couldn't find him anywhere. And then he would be worrying about Sasuke. But then he would go back to his home. And then he'd realize that he's late for school. Naruto would just get ready immediately. And then he would try to, eat breakfast as fast as possible. And then he would head to school really fast from jumping through trees by channeling chakra to his legs. Then Naruto would arrive to the academy and he would enter his class. He would notice that Sasuke wasn't there, and he would think that he wasn't there. He would think that that man killed Sasuke. And he killed Sasuke. Naruto didn't know if he did or not, but he didn't know, so he would tell Iruka where is Sasuke? And then Iruka would say, Sasuke is fine. He's in the hospital right now. And Naruto would say, oh, okay. And then they would have a normal academy day. After about a week of Sasuke not being in class, Sasuke would show up in class. And he will have an emo look on his face, and he wouldn't want to talk to anyone. Naruto would also hear that Iruka said that they were doing spars in Shuriken and Kunai training. Naruto would have a grin on his face, and he would be thinking that this is his chance to prove himself. And then they would first do Shuriken Kunai. Sasuke would go. Sasuke would do better than the first day of the academy, of course. Then Naruto would go next. Naruto would throw all the Shuriken and Kunai, and they would hit bullseye. People in the class were shocked, and they can't believe that Naruto was able to do that. And they thought that Naruto was a nobody, and he had no potential at all. Iruka was also surprised that Naruto was able to do that. Then Naruto would say, yeah, I got bullseye, believe it. I'm the greatest. I will definitely become Hokage, believe it, and surpass the previous. Then Iruka would have a smile on his face. Sasuke would have an irritated look on his face. And he can't believe that this nobody did better than him. Well, he isn't a nobody. He's Naruto Uchiha. So, yeah. And then, Iruka would say that we'll be doing spars next. A couple of people will go before Naruto and Sasuke, and then it would eventually go to Naruto and Sasuke's turn. Iruka would say, begin. Naruto would jump back. And then Sasuke, with an angry look on his face, tries to punch Naruto. Naruto, with some training, other than just throwing Shuriken Kunai, was able to dodge the punch. Naruto would do a backflip, and then he would throw a Shuriken. Sasuke would dodge the Shuriken, but he was pretty surprised by that the Shuriken hit a metal pole, and it was going at Sasuke. Sasuke got hit by this, and then Sasuke would be feeling some pain. People in the class would be worrying for Sasuke, and then they will have even more hatred for Naruto that he would do this to Sasuke. Iruka would say, Sasuke, are you okay? I can end the match right here. And then Sasuke would say, I'm fine. Don't end anything. Sasuke wasn't really hurt that bad. It was just a little wound from just a normal shuriken, like a ninja, just a normal ninja star. Basically, it was a shuriken, whatever. And then Sasuke would say, all right, I'm gonna use my ultimate jutsu. Then Sasuke would yell out fire style. Fireball jutsu! You would send the fireball at Naruto. Naruto can't believe this. Naruto didn't know what to do. But then his eyes would go to red, and he would be able to dodge this easily. Naruto would notice that it happened again. Time slowing down a little bit. Then Naruto would run at Sasuke at very high speeds, and he would punch Sasuke in the gut, and Sasuke would be sent to the ground. Sasuke couldn't comprehend that speed from Naruto. And you might be wondering, how on earth did Naruto get a speed buff from right there? Well, the Sharingan grants someone a better visual prowess in predicting and speed and strength and chakra levels. So yeah. And then Naruto would say, "Yes, I did it." And then Sasuke would be irritated. And he would say to Naruto, "You did what? You did nothing. You can't beat me. I'm an Uchiha." But then Sasuke would notice to Tomoe's Sharingan. He would get flashbacks from Itachi fighting someone with those same exact eyes. And then Sasuke would be thinking, is that the Sharingan? But then he wasn't able to figure out if it was or not, really, because Naruto just wanted to end this match now, and he would punch Sasuke in the face, and people in the class would be shocked, and they would have a little hatred, a little bit more hatred for Naruto, but they would also be impressed. And then Naruto would be happy, and then the academy day would end. But then Sasuke would confront Naruto after school. And then Sasuke would say, "Hey, you brat." Naruto would say, "I'm not a brat. I'm Naruto Uzumaki. Believe it, and I'm going to become Hokage." And then Sasuke would say, "Look, do you have the Sharingan?" And Naruto would say, "What? What is this? What is a Sharingan?" And a couple of months ago, you said the same thing on the first day. And then Sasuke would say, "Tell me the truth. I've seen those eyes before a week ago. I definitely have." And then Naruto would be pretty confused that he has seen those eyes, basically. But then he would remember that he put Itachi under Genjutsu because he didn't know that Naruto was an Uchiha. But then Itachi, of course, broke out of it. And then Itachi would basically be going to the Akatsuki and meeting up with the masked man at this point, and he would basically have a partner with, of course, Kisame at this point. And then Naruto would say, "I have no idea what are you talking about." Then Naruto would just leave. And Sasuke then would say, "Alright, you dope, fight me right here and now. I'm going to prove to you that I am Uchiha, and no one can defeat me." And also, by the way, in this what if, Sasuke has a lot of hatred for Naruto, and he really wants to beat him. Then Naruto then would say, "Fine, I'll beat you a second time. Believe it. After all, we're 1-1. And then Sasuke smirk on his face. I'm going to defeat you right here and now. Then they would start fighting. Sasuke would go all out in this, and he would try to strike Naruto with a kunai. Naruto would dodge this. He would try to kick Sasuke in the stomach, but then Sasuke would dodge this. And Sasuke then would try to stab Naruto in the back. Then Naruto would catch the kunai, even though if it's hurt, even though blood is coming out of his hand, then with some strength, he would slam Sasuke to the ground, and then he would punch Sasuke in the stomach. And then he would say, it's game over. And then Sasuke would say, what do you mean? It's just the beginning. Sasuke would grab Naruto's shirt and would try to send a punch. He would land the punch on Naruto's right cheek. And then Naruto then would say, alright, I'm going all out for real. Naruto then would run at Sasuke. Sasuke would throw shuriken. Naruto would dodge them. Naruto then would throw shuriken at Sasuke. But then they would go completely past him. But then the other shuriken will hit the other shuriken, and it will completely hit Sasuke in the back. Sasuke would feel a lot of pain from this. And then Naruto would kick Sasuke in the stomach, sending Sasuke to the ground. Sasuke would say, I'm not done yet. And then Sasuke would take out the shuriken, and he would yell, fire style. Great fireball jutsu. This would be a huge fireball going after Naruto. Naruto didn't know what to do, but then all of a sudden his eyes would go red with two tomoe inside of them. Naruto would be able to dodge this. Sasuke would be irritated that Naruto was able to dodge that type of jutsu again. And then Naruto would end this. He would bring out ninja wiring, and he would squeeze Sasuke with it, and then he would throw shuriken at Sasuke, but then it will completely go around him, and he would hit the tree. And then Naruto would put kunai on the shuriken, and then he would use a little trap on Sasuke, and then Sasuke would say, what? I'll break out of this no matter what. And then Naruto would say, really? If you ripped through these ropes or ninja wiring, you would die. And then Sasuke would look behind him, and then he would see a bunch of shuriken and kunai behind him. Then Sasuke would say, fine, you win. Then Naruto would be happy, and then he would disarm the trap. And then Sasuke would say, Naruto, come here. But then Naruto would just get off, because he didn't hear Sasuke at all. Sasuke would be even more pissed by this. Pissed off by that. And that's when we leave it off today's video. Hope you guys liked it. And hope you guys like this redo series. I just want to redo this because I feel like I messed it up big time. So, yeah. And, yeah, hope you guys liked it. Peace.